Hello everybody, this is ZigZagZog coming to you from somewhere in this world. We're back to continue our playthrough of Empire Total War featuring Darthmod and the 40 unit save version. We just had a successful run at Venice here. There's still plenty of loose ends to pick up. There's still a navy of theirs, substantial navy of theirs afloat with an army to boot heading over to the Americas. We have the little bit of a remnant here. Actually, that's our rake that is still that successful rake embedded with that army, but it's nothing to challenge us. We got a few regimental horse units there, some militia units, and a line infantry unit, so there's nothing we can't handle. Problem is we're just out of movement to handle it right now. More than likely next turn, I imagine they'll damage the Weaver's Cottage, perhaps damage the vineyards, or maybe they'll just run away, because I believe they're also allied with Austria, so maybe they're just going to run away to one of their other territories. We'll find out. We got a rake embedded to keep an eye on them. So what we're going to do is try to wrap up some of the other loose ends we got still hanging around out here, and get ready to move on to a new turn. See what that brings us. We got a repaired naval vessel out here, and rather than combine it over here, I don't really need to anymore, because we didn't need to continue blockade on those two ports, and we're solid in our blockade of the Swedes over there. So we're just going to bring this repaired, I think it's just a 5th rate, out here. There we go, to make it's just so we can't get one of those lone attacks on our home port to hurt our economy. Now, obviously, that's not going to protect against a full stack coming against us, but at least for that lone ship to come and damage our port or blockade our port, at least we have some protection against that. Because we have seen it, if you've caught that or caught some of the earlier episodes. Finally, I'm not going to forget, or I have the funds available to repair our army over here in that battle for Copenhagen a couple episodes ago. So we're going to go get them fixed up. It's going to cost over 2,800 to do it, but we got the funds because our economy is starting to ramp on up. And the last thing, at least on the continent, that I want to look at is we have 4th rates available to build. We have 2 more that have come available here, and you know what I'm going to do with these is I think I'm going to send them over to the Americas, because we have an anemic fleet over there, and let's just bolster it up a little just so it has a few nice ships so they can hold their heads high. There we go. And while we're still here, we'll build some more 4th rates in this port. And one more round of 4th rates down here in Spain, and then we'll move on to another theater. See what other loose ends we can tie up there. Let's see, the other shipyard was down here in Spain. 4th rate, and the building is done there. So let's head over to the Americas next. Okay, over here in Americas we have our rake. We're going to try and keep him moving up in our general direction so he can be our eyes for probably not immediate, but definitely upcoming action that we'll have to deal with. I would like to come down back here also, because I think we have a couple ships. Yes, we have repaired a couple ships for the Navy to send back to the coast of Brazil to boost up our trade nodes over on the coast of Brazil, so we'll send them over. And finally, the last thing I want to look at doing is a little recruiting last minute here. There's a fleet we saw with an army, or I should say there's a fleet I saw, because I didn't show you the mid-turn. There's a fleet that I saw that had an army headed our way from Venice. And I feel like I might as well, since I know they're coming, do a little recruitment. The one thing I want to do, though, is get my army off the ships. Actually, I can probably look at them right here, but we'll get this army off the ship and back onto land so I can get a good clear view of the army. And we have some cavalry, we have some dragoons, we have 2 pieces of artillery, so I think we'll just kind of hire a couple more ground units in the meantime to bolster our forces, just in case, to make sure we can take on that Venice army. And then finally, over here in India, we have, there's something I noticed over here a little while ago, is we have the ability to upgrade our drill school so that we can then, even in India, start recruiting the grenadiers and some upgraded cavalry. So we're going to spend the money there. And we're starting to rapidly run out of money with all this spending on the army. So much for infrastructure upgrades. Then we'll come back here in the meantime. How are we looking in this army? We have one artillery piece and that's it. So I think what we'll look at doing is... Oh, we do have an army over here already with the other artillery piece that we built. Very good. Let's bring them down both. I guess I could have brought them both down together. And there we go. Now we have 2 artillery pieces in the army. We have a couple cavalry units now. Yeah, let's just go with some basic infantry units. The best we have down here, which is the VOC infantry. We'll do a couple more of them. That doesn't really leave me much in the way of upgrading. I think in the Americas, maybe we have a farm or 2 we can upgrade to help with some growth. Where do we best want to hit up those farms, and where are those farms? Oh, we have a gold mine. I don't think it's enough. Oh, we do have enough to upgrade this gold mine. So there you go. There's my decision. There's my choice. We're going to upgrade this hidden gold mine down here. Alright, I think at last we are ready to take our next turn to see what comes. I think we may have an election ahead of us. If memory serves me, yes, we will have an election this next turn. And let's see if we have any upgrades, downgrades. Hopefully, in a way, I just hope this current cabinet is re-elected, but we'll find out. Their popularity, 75%, but that never has guaranteed an election in the past. We'll just have to wait and find out. We have a hefty income predicted, 28 grand, 28,000 buckaroos. All right, so it could be a good new turn. Let's get going on it. All right, the Mughal Empire. Do you think this is a little overkill right here? Is going to take the abandoned city back that we left in ruins. So we'll just auto-resolve and let them do that. They still lost. Oh, we lost 524. They still lost over 1,000 troops. Oh, boy. And now they're going to do the same. They're going to work on the other. So both provinces that we took over temporarily in our raiding expedition are going to be taken back by the Mughal Empire. But boy, we are killing more than the deaths we are taking. So, although they had 10,000, over 10,000 troops deployed, and only lost 649. So I'm telling you, after that turn, seeing some things that happen, India is gonna be a slog to get through that one, man. Oh boy, they have some troops down there. They may not be the best, but I tell you, just to get through all those troops, that's gonna be something else. We're gonna have to build up our forces to be able to do that. This army has been destroyed. Yeah, that's down in India. Same with the other one, our garrison army down in India. And we have our agent, our first agent in ages. Of course, he's in the wrong theater from where we have any schools, but at least we have a new agent to send back. Maybe someone died. I guess we'll find out soon enough. We have a new recruit as far as a rake over in France. That's not going to be complained about. And we've lost, and we're probably going to get a couple notices. There's 2 regions we lost in India. This is one of them, and that's the other one. But we left them in ruins, so that was the plan. We have a successful mission. Is this the one? Yep, this guy in Venice has not moved, and I do not see this weaver's cottage wrecked or smoking as if it's in fire. So I don't know what they did while they were sitting there, but I'm thankful they didn't burn anything. And let's see, the hustings are over following a free and fair election. The current cabinet has regained control, so we don't have to play a lot of shuffle, hire, fire to keep our cabinet going. We have a decent cabinet in place. Let's take a look. We have a trait gained. manufacturing owner research points. So one of our research gentlemen has gained some skills over here. In fact, I think we're going to find out that we probably researched something along the way. Yeah, technology advances down here, so we'll get there. I noticed in looking around earlier, we were one turn away from some more research. Another trait gained, some more research for one of our gentlemen. In fact, I think it was the same guy. Gabriel Fahrenheit. He is now gaining some skills. And there ours our recruitment a little bit in the Americas to help deal with that Venice army that's somewhere at sea. I did not notice them anywhere in the mid-turn, so they're still unknown. Destination unknown. Look at that awesome construction report. Oh, amazing. This is mostly farms. We got some of our mines popping up. So look at that. The income is sitting at 27,513. So that's going to do nothing but help. We got a fleet arriving in many places. Let's look at our technology. Oh, we got a couple. Not just one, but a couple. And there's the big one, fire by rank. Hopefully we're the first ones there. So let's take a look at both of those. We also got improved animal husbandry, so we'll make sure seed planting drill and wedge formation are what we want to research next. In fact, we'll do that right now. Wedge formation. I mean, that's good for cavalry charges. It does increase them there, but I'm going to go with the socket bayonet just to get up to the next level of military academy. So let's get on the right school to make that happen. Den Haag. And switch that over. Now, as far as over here, we finished the 4-crop field rotation, and it jumped us over to the seed planting drill. I'm kind of thinking wine estates. What does this one do? Selective breeding is what I'm thinking, because that gets us up to the next level of farm. So we're going to spend the little extra time on this one, selective breeding. No, who did I just... Okay, I just took this one off of what they were on. So let's get them back to where they were and get over to the correct school. There we go. Orléans. We're going to get them on the correct new research we want right there. We have a nation destroyed. Poland, Lithuania has disappeared. It looks like it is Austria that has taken them over. In fact, I'm curious right now, just to keep track of what's going on in the big vast world of ours. Austria, who are you at war with right now? Sweden, Spain, Great Britain, Ottoman Empire, and Genoa. I want to find out. Russia's making some moves with armies. Who are they at war with? Sweden? Oh, they're moving against the Ottoman Empire. I've seen a lot of movement of their troops down towards the Ottoman Empire. I wasn't sure if they were moving against Austria or not, but now I know it is the Ottoman Empire. As far as I'm concerned, having them move around, whoever they need to move around, is fine with me. And then we did have a death, a gentleman. What school did we lose the gentleman from? Over here in Bordeaux. So that ideally is where we want to send a gentleman that appeared in the Americas. So let's get over to the Americas and do that before I forget, because Lord knows, if I don't move this gentleman now, I more than likely will forget. Let's see, what kind of vessels do we have available in our Navy? We have just 3 5th rates, although we do have 2 4th rates, if I recall, heading over in this direction. So we will give up one of the 5th rates. In fact, I'll take the 2 most experienced ones out of the way. And then we will send our agent, our gentleman, over there. And we will get our gentleman loaded up and send this 5th rate out. Let's just make sure he's on it. Yes, he is. There's the symbol. He is on it. So let's get him sent over. Yeah, he can. This is the farthest north he can reach, so we will head him to Europe right now. Get him over to one of our schools. And then we got to get our fleet back here so when we're ready, we can get our army moving. We do have this army here. We'll get them over to the port to get ready to load up once we get a sense of where that Venice Navy has gone. And I don't recall seeing them anywhere on the map make an appearance, which doesn't mean they're not going to appear at a moment's notice here. It's very well possible that they could have... Oh, that's the 2 4th rates that just appeared. But we'll come back to them in a second. Now this is something else up here, so I don't know what's appearing up here. Which one is this? An Admiral's flagship. All by its lonesome. I don't remember sending one across up there, but guess what? We're going to start sending it down in this direction, lest I forget. And while I'm at it, we might as well get these 2 4th rates. I assume that's what those are, on the move also. We'll just temporarily combine it with the 5th rate just so we have a little protection over here. It's still not enough to face up with these 2 5th rates and the 5th rate and 2 4th rates over here to the Venice Navy. But at least we're doing a slow build to be able to protect ourselves. Since we're in this theater and it's a new turn, while I'm thinking about it, we'll get our rake on the move, heading to the north. Kind of going to get him headed through the Iroquois territory and over towards New York over here, just to have that scouted out, because eventually that's where we need to go. Let's take a look at our fleet moves really quick, just to get them out of the way. We already took care of that one. Here is the East Indies, so we might as well boost up the level of our vessels over here. We got a single one over here, so let's start boosting up their strength where we need it, where we're the weakest. We have 2 ships over here, a sloop and a xebec. Oh, that's a weak one, so they can afford to have a little flute action over there. And finally, we got one more vessel to place and strengthen up one of these last 2 trade nodes. Looks like we have 2 vessels here, so it looks like this is the one where we will have 2 flutes. There we go. Another fleet has arrived over here. This is on, looks like, is this Madagascar? The coast of Madagascar? What did we send over? Oh, we sent over some flutes to help strengthen this area, because we are not holding it. Oh wait, we are not holding it very well. This is actually the coast of Brazil. Excuse me, this is the coast of Brazil. So where are we the weakest? We have 1 vessel there. We're gonna boost it up. We're in pretty good strength all around then, so we'll send this flute over with the galleons here, and we have our trade nodes under control for the moment. And then over in India, who has returned here? This is a 6th rate. We'll just add it to our fleet over here. All right, we're building up. This is our new navy over here: a 6th rate, a brig, a 4th rate, and a 5th rate. Amazing navy, right? Scares you, doesn't it? Okay, our army is rebuilding right here, so there's no rush to get anything done there. We did recruit a couple more land units. We'll add them to army once we head out of here. And as far as any more recruitment for the moment, we're going to hold off till we're able to recruit maybe some grenadiers or something down here. And then we will start raiding again, at least in the short term. Okay, we were able to afford the repairs on our army up here. How far can they get towards Sweden? I think we're going to get them on the march, on the move. Let's make sure Copenhagen can afford to have them leave. And it looks like public order will be just fine if I move my army out towards Stockholm. That's what we're going to do. And we found one of their armies. This looks like a little potential auto-resolve battle here. Yeah, I would call that auto-resolve. We'll take the chance that we won't take any awkward losses.
Victory!
There, we lost 540 compared to their 463, so that's an auto-resolve that was worth it to take. And if we have a little movement left, we can keep moving towards Stockholm. We're in range for next turn. Let's just see if we have anyone else that needs repair. A little bit. We didn't take much damage. And we gained some traits. Basic understanding of the arts of war. And +2 morale in battle. One thing I noticed that I had not noticed before. We have a new school, Odense. When we took over Denmark, or excuse me, Copenhagen and what used to be Denmark, we gained another school. And so we got to figure out where we want this school researching. And I guess we'll just do some farming to keep the farming growing, to keep our territories growing. And we'll start with the seed planting drill. There we go. Something we want to take a look at down here. We have this little remnant army here sitting in Venice. What I'm thinking is, let's see, first of all, we need to get these armies repaired and recruit from the injuries we took in battle. And the next thing I'm going to do is see if we can't move this single army out and just eliminate these remnants over here. And I'm feeling pretty good. There are no reinforcements, but I'm feeling like this is another situation where auto-resolve just makes sense. And we have victory. We only lost 102 that are 260, so they have been run out of their home country now. And we have no repairs left to do there. We should be able to get us back. Make sure everything is in order in Venice. Yes, it is. Make sure there's no more need for repairs. There are some. There we go. And what I'm going to do with this army is we're going to get it into port. We're going to move our vessels back and get this battle-weary unit on the move. I'm thinking the first stop is down there, but we also want to deal with their port down in Tripoli right here. We're gonna land our first army right here. It's gonna go in blind because we have no eyes as far as what's in this city, but this is a pretty remote city with no ports, so I'm not expecting heavy resistance. So let's get our fleet down here. Actually, this will give us our eyes, and yes, there is no strong resistance. Let's offload. And then let's take a look at this fleet and see if we can continue down at least a blockade Tripoli. And yes, we can. We need to eliminate Venice's ability to increase and strengthen their navy. Okay, I think that's it for down in the Mediterranean at least. Let's see what happened here after that little auto-resolve. We gained morale in battle and command when leading infantry units up there. And another +1 morale to battle. So our generals continue to increase their abilities even with these minor battles. Okay, we've finished our building down here. We still have issues here with public order, so I'm not ready to move any armies out of there yet, but what we'll do is we'll continue the upgrade so that it'll become easy to move these last remaining armies out of here very shortly. And while we're down here, let's increase the farm. I don't know that there's much else remaining in this territory. And we'll go ahead and upgrade to a commercial port. One quick look at our ministers, make sure there's nothing else I need to address. Army isn't the greatest, head of the cabinet is not the greatest, but they're also not worthwhile, I think, at the moment, taking a chance to replace them with someone worse. We've had a lot of bad luck replacing cabinet members. Okay, we have several rakes around in the area that we're going to get on the move. The one that is appearing in Madrid, I think I'm going to just keep an eye on Spain down here and send this one down here. We're going to try infiltrating at 75%. And he has successfully completed his mission. We also have the rake that used to be embedded in that army in Venice. And he is right here. We're going to get him on the move, headed up towards... Of course, is there a clear path really up there? Not really. I guess we got to go through the Alps to get anywhere, or around the Alps. I don't know which way will be quicker. We'll head towards Vienna and come around that way. No, we're not going to infiltrate. We're just going to move there. There we go. And then we also, that 6th rate or whatever that appeared down in India actually had a rake on it. So now he's more than likely offloaded. Let's move my fleet out of port just ever so slightly. See if there's a rake on there, or if he's, you know, there is still a rake on the fleet here. What I'm going to do is just do the closest area I can to offload this rake in the continent of India. Oh, okay. So I guess we'll offload him over here. No, he's not offloaded. Let's try offloading again. Agents sometimes don't want to go to land, do they? Ay, ay, ay. Which ship is he on? Can we get you offloaded? Let's try all of them. Can we get the rake offloaded somehow? Maybe if we just move you off the vessel, we'll be able to get you off. There we go. We did it. Well, Mysore, that's one area we're going to need to attack at some point also, so we might as well stick around and get some vision on what their armies are like, and then we'll be able to scout out also the Mughal Empire. Now that we have somebody over here, let's get our fleet back to the home port for this theater. While we're here, a lot of our movement is getting ended. We have a lot of money to spend. I'm not going to do a lot of upgrading on units probably this turn, but what we are going to do is upgrade farms, upgrade ports, and work a little bit, just a little bit, on our infrastructure. I don't think there's anything else over here. We have some upgrades available up here in our new territory of Copenhagen. And we'll go ahead and upgrade this school too. We'll come back here down to Strasbourg. We have a state capital to upgrade. And we're going to finish it off with an upgrade of the commercial port in Venice. And while we're here, do I have an army unit that temporarily I can park in the port just so nobody can destroy it and cost me to spend money to fix it up? Eventually we'll try to remember to get a militia unit over there, something cheaper. And that should just about do it. I think the only thing we have left is maybe a farm in the Americas. And here's one over in Louisiana. We'll just grab this one to upgrade. And we are done with our spending. I'll take a quick look at our lists, make sure I haven't missed anything, and we'll probably be ready to end this turn. And then down here in Venice, this is something I can't explain. We have bankruptcy listed as a reason we're losing money in Venice. Doesn't matter whether I exempt the region from taxes or not. I'm assuming this is some kind of glitch or holdover from Venice itself that was dealing with some money problems. I don't think that has anything to do with us. Hopefully we're going to see that change shortly. All right, that's all I see at the moment. We're going to go ahead and head on out for another turn. And this is what happened on our mid-turn is a Russian army. I don't think it's even a big one, but the Russian army moved into port and forced out the Swedish vessels into our waiting arms here. So what we have here is a 5th rate and a brig against our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 vessels, 1 4th rate and 4 5th rates. So just so we get a little battle on this episode, we're going to go ahead and conduct this one. So we'll see you down on the battlefield. Excuse me, I said battlefield. I mean the high seas. All right, looks like we're going to be able to have the wind at our backs. We're going to go over here. I think we're just going to go at least to approach them in a standard line over here. We'll just group everybody up and we'll get this started. Let's find out where their vessels are first of all. And there they are. We're just going to head over in that direction, and as soon as we close in, we will rejoin the battle. All right, our 4th rate ship of the line is leading the way. Looks like we were at one point ready to cut him off, but I have a feeling this tiny little brig, poor little guy, is going to try turning into us before we're able to cross the T and head him off. That brave little brig. Okay, so he is turning to get the first shots off at us, and there they go. Those are his first shots. But we will be closing in soon for some very close range shots of our own on the little brig. 5th rate following a bit in the distance. These vessels of the Swedes have been port bound for quite a while, so let's say that we have the advantage. We have the sea legs, the testing, and the experience more recent than they do. In fact, he gets off 2 shots before we're able to fire anything back. We're sticking with round shot. We're hoping to pound through this guy. Will he beat us to the cross, or will we beat him? Looks like we will beat him. Oh, some nasty close-up shots. And he is not reacting well to it. We're going to now turn our vessels down towards the 5th rate. His hull took some amazing damage from that volley. In fact, I'm thinking what we may need to do, just because of this positioning, is start moving our ships manually out of the line, just because he broke our flow. This will allow more of my 5th rates to get shots on that brig and hopefully be able to finish the job that we started as we all turn in to the 5th rate. And he's already surrendered, so that did not take long for the brig. I think the 5th rate will take a little more time. And since he is turning into us, perhaps we need to turn better into him so he is not just taking bow shots on us. Except maybe for this guy we're going to bring up on his tail. We are very close to getting multiple shots on this guy. Let's hear for the cannons to boom away. he is soon to be surrounded. I feel like this is in the Wild West, where the wagon train is circling and the, and the Indians are surrounding him. It gives me that feel. He's already wavering. And he has surrendered. That was quick. He's on fire. Quick, heroic victory for all of us. Great job, guys. All right, we have the ability to capture one of the vessels. Which one is it? It's the 5th rate. We'll go ahead and take it on. All right, what do we have here now? All of a sudden, Sweden is saying, we would like peace, we would like peace, we would like peace, but, you know, we'll give you peace only if you give us all these things, all this research. Forget it. We're heading on your capital. It's a little bit too late. We tried making peace with you sooner. Now it's too late. All right, we hopefully a few of these we have some successful missions from our rakes. We shall find out. Yes, so we still are embedded here, down here. We have a path blocked. Who knows where? I don't know why this path would be blocked, but let's get our fleets combined down here while we're here. Our recruitment report. We have 4 more 4th rates. And we had a great turn of construction for our mines. Let's go find out real quick where this fleet has arrived. Up here in Portugal. Is this in fact the one that is carrying our rake? Or the gentleman? Okay, so he needs to get up to the coast of France. That's where we need this gentleman. Yeah, in fact, the school's right here. We're going to see. Can we drop this gentleman off right here? That would sound good to me. Yes. And let's find out where this ship cannot make it back on its own. So what we're going to do, let's see, what shall we do? I think we'll send these 2 4th rates once again over to the Americas to bolster the fleet over there. And we will send the ones we built down here in the south of Spain. Oh, our path has been blocked. Who did we run into over here? Surprise, surprise, we found the Venice Navy with the army on board. Interesting. Well, we're going to just bypass that Navy and get headed over to the Americas, because 2 4th rates are not going to be able to stand up to that fleet. And then we will also, as I was going to do back when, we will take our 2 4th rates here. We're going to send them over to India to help bolster the fleet over there. Okay, we have a pretty significant Swedish army over here. I'm wondering if we're going to have anything significant up around Stockholm. Let's go take a look. Do we have any more recruitments we can do here to replenish our battle-worn army? No, but we're going to start that process as we move towards Stockholm. It's a decent army over here. And do we have walls? We do have walls, so this would definitely be a challenge for us. Thinking what we'll do is we'll hold off briefly. Well, they still have some forces over here. Look at that. Look at all that artillery. I think we could be a sitting duck over here with this army. I think we need to move away from here so they are not in reinforcement range should this army move against us, because I think we're in range of 1 turn, so I don't want to get stuck over here. It's not a guarantee, especially with walls, with a depleted army, that something I necessarily want to do. So we're going to go over to this Weaver's Cottage, park ourselves right here, and hope we just haven't seen the end of this army in Sweden that we move forward to. We're going to go with our fleet here, and we are going to blockade some trade from Sweden, try to hurt them in that respect. So in Spain, we have some challenges up ahead of us, and then down here, we're going to go against Patras and see if we could start making Venice pay for their aggression against us. We're just going to go straight ahead and see if they surrender to us, and they refuse. So there you go. We have the advantage, not an extreme advantage. They have no mortars, so I think we'll be able to take this on, but I'm going to do this, unfortunately, to tease you guys. I think we're pushing our limit at the moment in time, so we are going to start off next episode with this battle against Venice down in Patras. So join me next time to see how we do. It looks like we do have a slight advantage. We have artillery, they don't. So even though the bar here says slight advantage, I think we have an extreme advantage. The only reason they're giving them any hope is they outnumber us. But these troops that outnumber us are mostly armed citizenry. So this will be a lock, but it'll be nice to open the next episode with a battle and get our feet wet for hopefully another future battle up in Sweden. So this is how we'll end it. ZigZagZog signing off from somewhere in this world. Make sure you hit that like button. I'd like to hear from y'all in the comments section, even if you just say hi. Let me know where you're watching from. Or let me know if you think we're doing something wrong, if we need to be focused somewhere else. Love to hear from you. You all have a great one. Thanks so much for watching.